Hey kids, this is Kalir,
And it's Tafari.
and let's
We're
play
gonna go to the
Cucumber
outhouse.
Quest.
Seems Zia's cooking got the best of him.
Uncalled for.
Yeah.
Uncalled for.
Anyway, we're definitely using the fire bellows, but all the voting was really spread out, so I'm gonna combine the two most popular weapons and get something really weird.
Okay, what do we have here?
Ever see a kid with a musket and a fire bellows? Bit of a disturbing sight.
That sounds a bit terrifying.
Yes, we will solve all our problems with fire and shotguns.
And see, now this is kind of weirding me out. I thought that Leech Aid was a post game only kind of deal.
There are a couple of drinks that are post-game, and Leech Aid is not one of them.
See, I honestly thought that it was.
Anyway, I want to see if I can't fine-tune my weapons a bit further. They are getting expensive. The upgrades are actually getting a bit expensive now, so we can't just go blowing all our upgrades on whatever I like to use most. Because then everyone might be like, hey, go use that weapon that has no upgrades. I'm like, hey.
You're like,
die.
That's not gonna go so hot.
Anyway, I'm going to configure the musket to be a ranged weapon and keep the bellows for the most part, because the musket's been in, like, almost all the videos lately. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Now we're looking
it's
at
a
some
it's a
serious
reasonably popular
firepower.
weapon, you know, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's easy to use, and it's fun.
And yeah, it just feels good to
Toughest
use.
thing about using that gas can is keeping a grip
And
on
I
it.
may as well upgrade the fire bells as well. We still have plenty of shards, fragments. They're called fragments. I keep calling them shards because that's much easier to say.
Shard, fragment,
Not
dealy,
much left
bopper,
of Mount
doodlies.
Zan nowadays.
Let's go to a
It's
mountain.
like a cross between a zoo and a prison break.
Let's go to a prison break zoo mountain.
Now, is this the one that has all the overhead foliage?
Yes. So this first part is going to sharply
Can't
limit
rightly call
visibility.
Mount Zan the mountain anymore.
However, we're actually pretty well equipped for it. Like,
There's no
with
more
our loadout that
mountains
we have,
now.
lunkheads are not a problem. At all. Ever.
You know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing this isn't Far Cry 2, because
There's no
otherwise this
place
entire
left
place
for
would just be
beasts
lit
of
up and
wild
forever.
to go.
And also, speaking of secret mana games, this is probably the stage that reminds me the most of Secret of Mana, specifically the mana tree section at the end of the game. Now, that's just mean, just blowing them straight off the edge.
I told you, man. If you want to make the shotgun do knockback, it does crazy levels on knockback.
That's actually that is in fact quite crazy. I don't think I ever played with it in that context.
And if we can't knock him back, we can just burn him through his stone eggshell thing. Lunkheads do not matter to us right now. This loadout doesn't care.
No, I was gonna say what's hitting you, but I assume it's peckers of something.
It is, and I was trying to counter block it, except it didn't seem to be working for some reason.
Those beasts been hoarding all the valuables they could find.
I don't know why. I guess just with the little ones, counter blocking doesn't really do much.
Burn that skull. Burn it.
I'll burn everything, skulls included.
Good thing for those beasts the
Pistol
Calamity saved
component.
leftovers.
Eh.
We only
Unimpressive.
found their little lair 'cause they
Nobody
found
likes the
themselves a
pistols.
little
Well,
shell.
that's not true. DT-Sun likes the pistols, and I don't hate them.
Yeah, but he's a certified weirdo.
I love all of the weapons. They are like my children that kill things.
I see the bellows are putting out some pretty good damage, actually.
Yeah, like, I've set these up for not maximum damage. Maybe actually
The
maximum
creatures
damage.
of the
No,
wild. They've been building
they
a
have good
bastion
damage
of
over
their own.
time, and I upgraded their attack speed. That's why
I was
they're...
going to, I saw that and I was wondering just how useful that would be. It appears to be pretty useful.
It is, but it comes as a trade-off with the shielded grip, which I really like, because, hey, damage resistance while firing. Yes.
Yeah.
I meant to take that grenade in the face.
Yeah,
They
because
even
why not?
drag their children into this.
Oh, bellows versus ankle gator, that's awful.
It's actually not too bad. Because that damage over time works even when they're underground. Yeah, already he's going into fast mode.
I'm trying to think of what I used on the super special who knows where.
Right.
Where I actually tried to take your advice and use the bellows, and I can't remember what else I had with me. And
Without
fighting
a
ankle
doubt,
gators with that
situation
whatever combination I was
stinks.
using was just miserable. 'Cause I had
Bellows-
nothing to attack fast, and I don't think I had damage over time.
Yeah, that's really important against ankle gators, because otherwise they'll just be like, oh, you hit me a little, I'm underground now.
Yep.
Damage over time is just generally really useful in this game. It usually comes at a trade-off for actual damage boosts, which are always nice, but even so, it's a worthy trade-off, I think.
Yeah, I really do think
It's a delicate situation.
I think you're just being silly at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing is no joke.
Thing we can do for those
at least against stuff that
right
stands still.
Is put them down.
Yeah, and even against mobile things, it's not too bad. Like, oh, hang on, new weapon.
Oh,
Disregard
wait.
everything.
Oh man, the
Besides,
best weapon.
We have to take back what's ours.
Alright,
Oh,
so this
man.
is the Galleon Mortar. It is slow. It is very slow.
It is also incredibly powerful.
Yeah, look at that. Just casually throw out 100 damage like we don't even care.
And you can also make it go significantly faster. It is the other half of my favorite weapon combination.
Also, it hurts you when you blow
What
up
the
bombs
city
next
left
to you, but
behind,
that
those
usually
beasts
won't
took
happen.
themselves.
That
So-
can also be fixed with an upgrade.
It's a very powerful weapon, very popular for 10 idle runs.
Yes, because of it has very extreme range. It has the ability to ignore at least one of the two shielding idols.
Takes a lot of convincing.
And when you upgrade it to not damage you when it goes off near you, you can basically fire it off, have it hit in an area around you while continuing to use your other weapon.
Look at it
Yeah,
this
it's
way. Is
generally
it
really
them
useful. I don't like it
or
that much
us?
though, because even with the
But we
upgrades, it's still one of the
They
slower
win
weapons in
too.
the game. I think the
Our
slowest.
Bastion is everybody's game, not just ours.
Maybe the final one is a bit slower unless you upgrade it.
Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast.
Like, there's a bunch of slowish weapons in the game.
Those
Mortar
beasts
is definitely
are
one of the
worth
slow
fixing
weapons,
up
at least to
today.
start with.
Woo!
And that's Burning Carousel, one of the Fire Bellows skills. And if you actually upgrade attack speed with it, that thing is terrifying. Like, I'm going to showcase it in a little bit. There's
They've
enemies
rounded
here
up their
that
survivors,
would normally
just
take a
like
long
we
time to
have.
take down. But, it'll be different. Yeah,
So, have we even talked about the stage at all very much?
there was the brambles in the beginning where it's like you can't see.
Yeah, well, Rux
They've been searching for gold
Rux starts to
in
talk about it
shards,
about
just like
around
we
here
have.
is that this is the beasts in the Bastion universe. They're not completely wild. They have some level of intelligence, or at least it's implied.
Right.
And Mount Zand is their
Maybe they've
equivalent
thought
of the
about turning
Bastion.
back, just like we have.
Yeah, like it even says the Peckers are like, hey, we can fly even though the world's gone to hell and you can't. Yeah, we're smug. Which gives
We
you even
just
more
really
reason to
need
shoot them.
their
They're
shot.
jerks.
Yeah,
Cannon fair,
Oh,
I
hello.
swear.
and then also when put into context and when explained like that, it kind of turns the whole thing weirdly. I don't know about malicious, but it definitely begins to make the player think about what exactly it is they're doing. And oh wow, that's insane.
Yeah, just like, hey, Burning Carousel, dead.
That is patently ludicrous. I think that's
Those out of
probably
the way.
been. I think that's probably been one of my favorite things about doing these commentary videos is seeing all the crazy stuff that you come up with, and seeing how to really maximize the effectiveness of each of the weapons that I previously thought were not all that especially awesome.
Yeah, like I still want to see if I can get away to work with a machete, because that range
He's
really
done
does
what's
hurt,
best
but
for
I
him,
bet it
don't
can
you
actually be
worry.
terrifying in the right way.
Don't you worry.
Maybe I should
That's-
just make it a throwing machete. I think that would actually suit me a lot better. Because the last upgrade for it, you get like a 50% bonus on damage from power shots, and machete power shots actually hurt quite a bit.
I mean, I would imagine that they would have to,
We'll all
given
be
that you
better
can't,
off once the Bastion is complete.
since you can't, rapid fire them.
Right. Okay. We got a thing.
Fix that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings on a little livelier.
We now have a gramophone here. You can go push the buttons on it, it'll play music.
Yeah, it's super neat. And it's also kind of referenced on the
Suppose it's
soundtrack
true,
as
a little
well.
song can put things in perspective.
I'm not actually sure what that is, but I will take your word for it.
On the very first track of the official soundtrack, Rux talks about an old tune playing in the Soul Regret on the old gramophone. It's really great. It really sets the tone of the soundtrack perfectly.
Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
Alright. We only have 2 locations left to upgrade, and that's the Arsenal and the Distillery. Of course we're going for the Distillery because the Arsenal upgrade is boring.
Yeah, isn't it just a
single secret skill, and a lame one.
Yeah, a little bit. I like it. So did you set the gramophone to play Terminal March, or did it just kind of kick in on its own?
I set it to that.
Okay, guys, I was like, I don't recall anything.
We have Falling Vault, by the way. We have Falling Vault. Also a couple other drinks. But Falling Vault!
Fallen Malt is filled with crunchy minerals that keep you safe out on them rocks.
This is the most hilarious drink. Now Falling does like 1 point of damage. Our damage when we land on people is also improved as well. Not by enough to actually matter, it's just...
It makes it so... It definitely adds a different way to play.
Yeah, it has a bit of a technical use later on that we'll explain when we get there.
That mortar's gonna leave a lasting
Alright, we want
impression.
more blast radius because that's awesome.
I prefer the reload speed myself.
Taught him an old trick from a galleon gunner I once knew.
And
But the faster aiming is super.
Just a couple shots.
It's either that or crit chance. And frankly, this thing does so much damage that you don't need crits from it.
Boundless Bay used to be
just
a
don't.
weapons test and dry dock.
And you're not going to be launching it. You're not going to be attacking with it fast enough or really often enough that crit chance is going to make a difference one way or the other.
Anyway, it's time for the easiest to proving ground.
I was just about to say that.
Like, some people say that Bellows is easier. No.
Ceylon
this is easier.
This is, especially with the blast radius upgrades.
Yeah, this...
At Boundless Bay,
this is going to be a strictly mediocre run of this place, and I'm still going to blow it off its feet. So
Yeah,
here's how this works.
This is wholesale squirt slaughter.
Yeah.
Had to use squirts to
maximize squirt casualties in 5 shots. You will, of course, kill any squirt that's in the blast radius.
Choosing targets.
It's really the hardest, and also you also get the
Yeah, you're just gonna get the skippers.
It's right impossible out. Not to.
999 damage. Oh no.
Oh, it's so difficult. But yeah, really, the only tricky thing about this is hitting the groups that go back and forth over time.
Right, but only a little bit of time. See, we still have 2 shots left over, and we've almost cleared the map out. Pointless.
You could almost see the fireworks over Boundless.
I don't even know.
Wow, I thought you had to clear all of them for first place.
No, I don't even know what the cutoffs are because I get first place every time.
Oh man.
This is.
Oh, Bomb Barrage.
Bomb Barrage is fun. Both of the secret skills for this is fun.
I forget what the other one is, but Bomb Barrage is my secret. It's my secret skill of choice.
The other one is Turret Surprise. You launch a bomb, and a turret comes out, and the turret shoots people for you.
Good thing we got to that mortar before the beasts of the wild learned how to use it.
I can't. Can you imagine a long camp with a mortar? Terrifying.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep playing music.
Actually, has a really good selection. Oh.
Plays all of the musics.
Basically easy money.
The skippers delivered us from the motherland.
Alright. Well, I'm Khalid, this is Tafari, and this has been Let's Play Bastion.
Y'all take care.
Next time, more explosions!
Of course.